You're watching Mirror Readings. I'm your host, Molly, and I just cannot help myself today. I am reading Elon and Trump's Gene Keys because I just gotta know what's going on with these two. The big difference I'm seeing here between these two is that there's probably no hope for Trump, but there's actually a fair amount of hope for Elon. And so to expand on this point, let's go over here to the core. This is where the Venus and Pearl sequences connect. That's our love and relationship sequence and our prosperity sequence that also connects us to society. And it's where our core wound becomes our core stability, which becomes our vocation. So Trump in his core has the 53rd gene key, which is the shadow of immaturity. I'm not even going to read anything else but that gene key. He's definitely still locked in that shadow. He also has a line 2 capacity for denial. Elon, on the other hand, in his core has gene key 38, which has the shadow of struggle and the gift of perseverance. He also has a line 1, which is honesty. And again, lines are how we move from the shadow to the gift frequency. So, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure that Elon has stabilized in his gift of perseverance, right? If there's one thing you can say about that guy is he does not give up. So the position of the core node connects him spiritually through the Venus sequence to others, and it connects him through his Pearl node of culture, which is how he fits into society. And in that culture node, he is a line 1 individual. All right, he's got gene key number 9, which is the shadow of inertia and the gift of determination. Dude, he's got that on lock. Like, obviously, I'm not saying the guy doesn't have shadows or problems. He clearly does. I'm looking for where the shadow patterns are in control and where the gifts have stabilized. Now, I'm very keen to look at these two pearls because Pearl is the zenith of prosperity. We know these two are very motivated by money, and I want to see how these pearls play together. So Elon has a line 4 in his Pearl, and he's got gene key 14 there, which is the shadow of compromise, the gift of competence, and the city of bounteousness. So that line 4 of charity that gets him out of compromise and into competence, I mean, he has to remain competent in order to keep the empire he's built. He's been pretty regarded, I'm sure, by his investors and shareholders lately in the news as being wildly incompetent. But in order for him to move out of that shadow of compromise and into competence, he has to access his innate charitable nature. My favorite thing about reading these two sequences, which has been so much fun, is seeing how locked in shadow patterns these guys are personally. But Elon in particular, when it comes to his prosperity Pearl sequence, which is again how he makes his money and how he fits into society, is relatively stable, certainly compared to Trump, and has it in him to use his egomania to become like charitable and ultimately make more money than he ever has by giving it back. In a mirror reading, I always look to see which gene keys are shared, like if the same one shows up in two people's charts, and they both have gene key 17. That's the shadow of opinion, the gift of farsightedness, and the city of omniscience. So Elon's got that in his radiance, which is his like life force, and Trump has got it in his SQ, which is his spiritual quotient. So for Elon, he accesses that farsightedness through friendship. He needs a really close, like trustworthy friend group to be able to get out of that shadow of opinion. Otherwise, his opinion is just going to keep masquerading as farsightedness. $20 says he's got a lot of yes men around that are keeping him in like a faux version of that gift. These two are wired to bring out either the best in each other or the worst, but I'm going to guess the worst based on what's happened. So Trump has gene key 12 in his life's work, and that's the shadow of vanity. Pretty sure he's still stuck in that shadow. the gift of discrimination, and the city of purity. In Elon's life's work, he's got 52, which is the shadow of stress and the gift of restraint. I do not think he's accessed that gift yet in a stable, lasting way. And I'm going to guess, based on all the drug use that and just everything else he has going on, that he's pretty stressed. Trump, on the other hand, needs total freedom. He's a line 2 in his SQ to get out of opinion and into farsightedness. I have to know. I just have to know how he accesses that gift. Let me see really quick. Right now, I'm in the Venus Sequence Gene Key book, which is going to help us make sense of the spiritual quotient SQ. Okay. This is the measure of your ability to remain connected to the spiritual heart of life. I can't imagine he gives a shit about this, but maybe he does. I don't know him. Here we go. Line 2, freedom, wildness, and boundaries. The second line is always seeking freedom. In the developing child, this freedom is an essential ingredient in their early upbringing. The young child needs to be free to explore their surroundings. But like, if you're a billionaire with a God complex, freedom is like probably not going to be good for your spiritual development. You need that balanced with some boundaries. Okay, so that's what this line is about, is striking that balance. So the hope is that the second line will learn that true freedom is an inner state rather than an external requirement. You can be wild at heart and still deeply committed. Yeah. Love depends on a set of external conditions, blah, 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 committed relationships, all this shit. Dude, this guy's fucked. I don't think he's getting here in this lifetime. No offense. Elon also has that line 1 in his core to be like radically honest and spill the tea on all the government secrets he's now privy to. Wouldn't that be fun? Like, of course Trump is in the Epstein files, but like, he knows a lot more. So let's see if that comes out. Thanks for watching Mirror Readings. I'm Molly, and if you'd like to get a reading with me, please check out my offerings, mirrorreadings.com, or email me, mirrorreadings@gmail.com, and I'll send them to you, and we can set up a time to talk. All subscribers to this channel get 15% off. Good luck to Trump and Elon. May this breakup be fruitful for all of us.